That brings us to the topic of time now. Let's talk about current odds around the league for teams to win the Stanley Cup. Chances are presented by Betway. The odds to win the Cup, the Avalanche right now the favorite, followed by the Panthers. Flames down the mix at plus 800. The Lightning, two-time defending Stanley Cup champion, fourth best odds. The Hurricanes, the Maple Leafs are up there as well. Then the Rangers at plus 1,800. You say to yourself, well, every team needs a hot goaltender. If there's one reason, Steve, to believe in New York, it's Igor Shesterkin.
And that's what you look at going into the playoffs. Now, of course, he's not really playoff tested yet, but he is one of the best goaltenders that we've seen this year. They've got great goaltending. I like their defense, and I know they're young, but when you got an Adam Fox back there who's won a Norris Trophy and having another Norris Trophy type season, Jacob Trouba, who really settles things down in his own zone, Kreider Miller, who I absolutely love, scored an overtime goal not too long ago. Schneider, who's come into this lineup, a youngster, former first-round draft pick, played really well. So you've got a solid D, you've got a great goaltender, and listen, you've got Panarin, you've got Zibanejad, and you've got Kreider up front. You've got a lot of stars. So the one thing I think, you know, experts like us would say that maybe they don't have enough experience, playoff experience, but if they can get going on a run, I'll take them at 1,800.
Yeah, I'll take them at that with their goaltender. Even without the playoff experience, young goaltenders, they've proven in the last 15 years or so and even longer that, you know what, they can get hot in the playoffs. They can be the difference maker. And Rangers can score. We've seen that. And what I like in the last couple weeks with the Rangers is the way they're tightening it down. First game against Pittsburgh, they just played them last night, but the game earlier where they came out in the first 5 minutes, the game was over. They absolutely stormed the Penguins. Last night, much more tight checking game. They score on the power play when they need it, and they got excellent goaltending. And they're finding ways to get those wins, and that's a winning team when you hit the playoffs, is you find ways to win games, whether it's your penalty kill, your power play. Hey, your goaltender may need to stop 40 the odd time. You might only get 2 and you win 2-1. It's like, hey, great game, but that's all part of it. When you've got a Shesterkin back there, you're in every game. Like, you go into the game thinking, we could win this 1-0. He's that good, and he's proven it. I think it's 936, 936 save percentage. Now, that's pretty special.
And you've seen this before, right? A young Dominic Hasek. You can carry a team. You can overcome whatever you have as long as you have enough timely scoring, good defense. It's definitely possible. How about the play of Chris Kreider? He's been tremendous for the Rangers. The goal scoring is huge. Now there's at least a conversation. Could he catch Austin Matthews? He's 4 goals back. He's 3 back at Draisaitl. And particularly on the power play reader, the guy is absolutely lethal.
Well, I'd like to do a measure of how far away all his goals have come from all 45, and I'll bet you we're probably under 100 feet, because 40 of them, I'll bet you, are 1 foot or less. Like, look where he scores from.
Best putter in the league.
Hey, Tim Kerr made a great living doing this, and Chris Kreider is making a great living doing it too. He's big, he's strong, you can't move him. He's a perfect for deflection, screens, rebound control. I mean, he does not do this very often, get the long-distance shot, and that's got to be, 15 feet? That really throws off the average. But it does. And look at last night's goal. He scores the game winner, bounces off the end boards. He's on top of the crease. But a lot of guys don't like to go into that position. He doesn't mind. And I didn't realize his Cy Young numbers were so high. 45 and 19. Yeah. 19. That means you're not missing on your shots, because a lot of times you get assists when you shoot and the goaltender makes a save and someone bangs it in. Well, he's that guy banging them all in. 19. He's got more power play goals than he does assists on the season. That's remarkable.
I think he's really learned from a guy like Artemi Panarin, and I know they're not typically on the same line. They do play on the power play together, but Artemi Panarin, I know him from Chicago, easygoing guy, but he loves to be at the rink. He loves to play in games. He loves to practice, believe it or not. And from what I've heard, Chris Kreider, a real hockey nerd. He's a rink rat. He likes to be around the rink. You talked about his athleticism, 6'3", 225, 7% body fat, which is just a little better than Adnan Brooks.
When I was 6.
You want to get a kick out of something. This was 10 years ago. Just YouTube Chris Kreider jumping out of a swimming pool.
Oh, that was incredible.
He jumps, you know, he's literally up to his waist, jumps out of a swimming pool. Anyway, I think what he's learned from Artemi Panarin, time and space, and how to create time and space. And they're different players, but even in front of the net, you watch him, he uses his body. I mean, he's got a long reach. He's 6'3", but he'll box guys out where he can get to loose pucks, like we saw in that power play goal, and chip them in. So it's been a great year for him. And listen, it's his 11th year in the NHL. Yeah. He's never had more than 28 goals. This year he's at 45. He could hit 53, 54. Good for him and good for the New York Rangers. A lot of people were surprised when he got signed to a pretty long-term deal not too long ago. He is proving that to be a very worthwhile contract.
I always love guys that can use a stick like a magic wand. 16 tipped goals.
Wow.
That's an art form, right?
We always talk Joe Pavelski.
Yeah.
I think it's like maybe we should be talking a little more Chris Kreider when it comes to net front presence. And when we played, you played Joe Nieuwendyk. Joe Nieuwendyk was one of the best in the game in front of the net. He scored, 52 or something? 51 as a rookie?
Yeah.
And same thing, in front of the net in the power play, phenomenal. Goals are important in this game. Very important.
Joey Nieuwendyk played lacrosse. I think
Yes,
was at Cornell or some Ivy League school, and he had an unbelievable wrist shot. And I think that was from lacrosse, and then tipping the pucks too from lacrosse.
Pavelski's second, by the way, was 7, so you're right to nail him as well. Still to come here on NHL Tonight. Lots more to get into, including as we turn our attention over to the Golden Knights and the Kraken. What's going on with Vegas? How much trouble are they in? We'll talk to our insider next.
Chances Are is presented by Betway, an official sports betting partner of the NHL.